If you're an author, you need this light. This is a total game changer. This is my favorite video content creation light. This is a mid-range light. I've got cheaper lights, I've got more expensive lights, but this is the one I recommend to everybody because it actually clips directly to your phone. So you have the ability just to clip that right on, and then you can create content while you're holding your phone with a hand free. You can also spin this around, so you have the ability to clip it the other way to take your videos of your bookshelves, flipping your book pages, your desk setting, all those things with one hand, or you can put this on a tripod and be totally hands-free. So let's break down how this actually works for you. This is really simple to use. It's very bright. It has several different settings, but the buttons are minimal. So the nice thing again is that it clips to what you're doing. So you have the ability just to clip it right there, and you can see there's this little circle here. That prevents it from blocking your camera, which means you can put it over your camera and have absolutely no trouble with it. The backside is solid, so you're just gonna put it to the side of the camera if that's what you wanna do, or over the camera. Just as long as you're not blocking that back camera, you are good to go. And this folds and bends at different angles. Now, another great thing about this is that this piece comes right off. You just press the button down and you take it apart so that you can travel with it without snapping this off. Really, really helpful to what you are doing, and you just snap it right back in and you're good to go. Now you have 3 buttons on top. Your button to turn it on, so you're just gonna long hold that. It's gonna turn that right on. If you long hold it, it's going to turn it off. And then to change the colors, you're just going to press it down. So you start off with this white base. This is going to be what you use most of the time. This will counterbalance that really hideous overhead yellow light in restaurants and things like that. But you also have yellow light if you need to be working with what you're doing, or you want a little bit of a sun-kissed look. This is going to be the one for you. And then they have a panel that is both the white and the yellow based light to kind of give you that natural light look if you want a touch of that golden kiss, but you also want the natural light. So you've got the option of going to the different colors there. You then also have the power up and the power down button. So you can go really bright. It's going to take it right on up there. You can also go back down so that it's much lower. These are your options for making your video a little bit brighter or a little bit darker depending on your needs and what you're doing to balance out where you're at location wise. So you've got a lot of different options here. You also on the back, which I just turned off and I should have left on for you, you also have your battery. So it shows you right there how well your battery is and when you need to recharge it, because yes, this is rechargeable. It does not require batteries. My favorite thing about this. You can use a mini HDMI or that micro USB to charge this. So 2 different cables. It doesn't matter which one you have. They give you one, but it doesn't matter if you've got stuff from your other things, you can charge it. It's really, really helpful. This holds charge really, really well. I rarely recharge this and I use this a lot. This is fantastic for my live streams. This is fantastic for my video creation. This is fantastic for my bookshelf filming. This is a total game changer when it comes to creating my content. I cannot recommend this enough. Now, again, this is mid-range. There are cheaper options. I've got a playlist for you, and I've got a playlist over on the main channel too. Most of my tech and gear opportunities for you or options for you are on youtube.com/KMRobinson on the tech and gear playlist, but we're also making one here on the author platform as well. So make sure you're checking those out. There are cheaper ones. There are more expensive ones. This is my favorite. This is the mid-range. This is the good investment. It really isn't that expensive at all, especially for what lights go for. But it's a little bit more expensive than the cheapy one that I show you, which I've got a video on. Love it. It's not quite as powerful as this, but also a really good option. This is also fantastic, by the way. You can use it to do your desks or your bookshelves, illuminate yourself or somebody you're interviewing. This is also good for putting behind you to use as a hair light, to use as that backlighting. So you can't see it here, but you can kind of, when you're creating your content, put your light back there. You can also use it overhead as that rim light or that hair light. So there's a lot of options for this to be using in what you're doing. And because it clips onto things, you can like clip it onto the desk behind you or the bookshelf or whatever. You have options when it comes to this. This is going to be the most versatile and the most helpful for what you're doing. Follow along for more tech and gear that authors can be using to level up your content and for daily videos to help you navigate the world of publishing to make this your most profitable year ever. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.